Good evening or afternoon, actually.
Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. How you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Doing good, good, good. So, how was your week so far?
It's pretty good. Where I live is like over 100 degrees every day.
Okay, where you live at
Um,
again?
so I'm in Southern California. I'm kind of in between Vegas and LA in the desert,
Mm.
but this
Oh
week has
yeah,
been not as bad, so that's been good.
yeah. Cause y'all pretty much like have like a kind of like a dry heat
Oh
because the
yeah,
desert per se.
yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, cause over here it's just humid, but it is
Oh,
it, but not like y'all dry heat.
no, I die in the humidity. I can't do it.
Oh Lord, because I mean, even with me, like my walk to work is not that bad, but if it's hot enough, it feels like it takes forever to get home.
I
So I can
bet.
imagine. So do you ever do like any shoots outdoors in the desert or photo shoots since you out that way?
I haven't yet, but I would really like to.
Hmm. Yeah, because I mean, with unlike where I live in North Carolina, it's kind of like you got to really, really find a secluded spot if you want to do an outdoor thing. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure with y'all probably have more open spots to where y'all might really could get down and not even be bothered.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Even just like where I live, like
Hmm.
I'll film stuff like in my front yard, like just solo stuff. But I mean, there's the neighbors are so far away that it's you can do that.
Yeah, because I was
But
about to
yeah.
say, wait a second. She said the front lawn. Boy, I know
Yeah.
your neighbor. They see you come out, he come sit down, he put a chair down, and with some popcorn, like, no, don't stop, go ahead. You my favorite neighbor. I'm gonna buy you a Christmas gift.
I know with my luck, some people probably can see from their windows, and I just don't know.
Oh yeah,
Oh, well,
they might have some binoculars or something. Just like, look here, look at the way she lifts her legs. Oh
maybe
my God.
free show.
And guess what they end up doing? Going straight to your OnlyFans and getting a subscription. See, there you go.
Hopefully, that's the goal, right?
Most definitely. So look, I'm about to do my particulars real quick, and then we're gonna get this interview on the way. Okay, Miss Lady?
For sure.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Swingers Lounge here on Anchor, the perfect app for anyone who's trying to start their own podcast network. All you got to do is download the Anchor app onto your phone or go to anchor.fm. You can monetize your stuff and make money right away. And this is all for free. Hey, you can't beat that with a stick and be distributed onto many platforms such as Spotify, Google, Apple, iTunes. You get the joint. So go to anchor.fm or download the Anchor app onto your phone and start podcast today like myself. Speak about myself. I am your proud host, Kavanaugh, the Southern Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. If you heard the podcast, you know what it is. If you haven't, you about to find out what it is. Go to allmylinks.com/porn rap star to hear my music, to see me, and to follow me on social media. Also, we are sponsored by the Facebook of the LS community. I'm talking about lsworld.com. Go there today, get yourself a profile, mingle with kink-minded people like yourself. And if you're trying to learn BDSM and the lifestyle and the polyamory and all that, well, that's the perfect place to go because there are people like you that's there. Plus, you can find events in your area. So go to lsworld.com and get a profile today. And we are the proud member. We're a proud member of the GW District Black Podcast Network. I'm talking about multiple podcasts that give you the black experience. Plus, while you're there, you can get some shopping done because you can buy products such as health, beauty, as well as fashion, lingerie stuff, as well as books from over 500 black retailers. So gwdistrict.com today. Buy black, support black businesses, build the black economy so we create generational wealth. Now I'm about to be quiet and let this sexy lady introduce herself. Go ahead, ma'am.
Hello, hello. My name is Leila Jane. I don't know. What should I say about myself?
Well,
Um,
why don't you tell them? First, we're gonna begin. How did you first get into the business of adult film? What brought you to the business?
um, so I'm kind of like a lot of girls, OnlyFans is kind of what brought me in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that was kind of how I made the bridge between, just creating content for OnlyFans and working for companies and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So when you first started with OnlyFans, what kind of content was you making? And how did you come up with what you wanted to make starting out? Because I mean, did you seek out any like guidance on how to do what you was doing, or did you just fill it out like trial and error?
Well, it's still definitely an ongoing process. Like I don't have my strategies down yet for sure. I'm a noob,
Okay.
but it's good because I love being a student and I love learning, so it's okay.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, when I first started out with OnlyFans, I was actually supposed to move to South Korea for a teaching job.
Oh,
Um,
dude. Oh, okay, okay. So you've been hot for teacher over there in Korea, right?
so yeah. So I had made an OnlyFans and I was just doing kind of like, dancing like strip videos and just like pictures and whatever. It wasn't actual content with other people, it was just me. And it was
Hmm.
just to save up a few bucks for when I moved overseas, right? And then kind of got like sidelined like everybody with coronavirus and when they shut down borders and stuff, that job kind of went out the window. And so I was like,
Hmm.
well, one door closes, another one opens. Maybe I can lean into this OnlyFans thing and see if I can do
Hmm.
something with it.
Hmm.
And it kind of just went from there. I kind of just started following all these porn stars on Instagram. I didn't know any of them. It's like,
Hmm.
hey, they follow each other. I'll follow them. Maybe somebody will start to notice me. And they did. So
I'm
yeah.
not surprised they noticed you because you're very, very gorgeous, darling. No,
Uh,
no, no doubt.
Thank you.
Um, because it was funny because I know you said you was 5'1", and I just want to say that you short, but you cast a big shadow. Because I'm pretty sure they probably think that you're taller than what you are, by just off your
I hear
pics.
that a lot. I hear that so much. And I don't know what it is. I'm like, huh, I have a tall energy, I guess.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know they said big things come in small packages, baby. You know that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
See. There you go. So there you. So, what made you transition to start doing boy girl? And how did that come about?
So it was kind of just through really trying to put myself out there and networking on Instagram and um,
Mhm.
kind of just trying to like weasel my way in. And eventually, somebody reached out to me and said, "Hey, I'm filming with this producer. I'd love to work with you."
Mhm.
And that ended up being BBW Highway. So I went to
Mhm.
Vegas and I worked with BBW Highway and I shot like, man, I must have shot 6 scenes in like one
Yeah, yeah,
weekend.
yeah. I saw the pictures and the stills from. I said, "Good night. Who is this?"
It was
It's just,
crazy. Yeah.
so okay. Then so let's set the scene. When you got there, was you nervous? You know, what did they do to help you relax? You know, saying to help you get in the mood for doing the scene or what have you? Because this is your first time doing the boy girl scene, and it's a professional shoot. Because I mean, he does
Yeah.
shoots. So speak to the people and tell them, saying your thought process, how you was feeling, and the scene at the time before the shoot that got you ready for it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was really nervous the night before because I ended up driving myself to Vegas and
Mm-hmm.
I was so nervous, and then the whole time I was driving, I thought, okay, maybe the drive will help relax me, but nope, I was nervous the entire way there. And then I was like, it's kind of funny because it's just fucking like you fucked so many times. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And so when I got there, and I met Ken in person, Ken from BBW Highway, we had spoke on the phone and video chatted, so I felt comfortable. and
Mm-hmm.
I met him, and everything still felt okay. And then we got to where we were gonna shoot, and I met some people who were gonna also be shooting that weekend, and they were super friendly. Like the makeup artist, her name's Mulan Blossom. She's like
Mm-hmm.
the most welcoming person you could ever meet. And so it was just, I had a warm welcome, and that really, and a lot of encouragement too. They're like, oh, you're
Mm-hmm.
going to be great. You're going to do fine. So it was really reassuring once I got there.
So from talking to them and everything, it basically helped kind of like boost your confidence, relax you, icebreaker. Um, it to way it's kind of like because like I remember my first time doing the shoot, I was nervous because I'm on camera. And it's people don't understand how being in front of the camera and fucking off camera is not the same.
Oh,
The
it's so
animal is a
different.
different
Yeah.
animal. Yeah, yeah. So it speak to your first experience being on camera and how it was different than what you might have pictured in your head and different from what you would do outside your bed outside bedroom wise outside offset.
Yeah, so I guess the biggest difference I would say is that it really is a production.
Mm-hmm.
And so in where when you're kind of just fucking for leisure, you're not thinking about like, is my leg at a weird angle right now to where the camera
Mm-hmm.
can't see the good action? So when you're behind the camera, you're more conscientious of how your body's moving. And you kind of, there's a thing in the room that you have to be aware of now, which is the camera. So I feel like that was the biggest thing for me was like, wow, they really do care about how what angle they're getting,
Yeah.
and then also how close the cameramen have to get to the guys. That was also something I
Yeah.
never thought about. Was like, wow, how awkward it must be to be, like pumping at full capacity and there's just a guy kind of breathing down your neck with a camera. Talk about pressure.
Oh yeah. Now, also being a newbie, um, I've been in the business 15 years. Boundaries. Let's talk about it. How did you start that
Yeah.
conversation with your male talents and even kin to a certain extent about your boundaries? Period.
Yeah.
What it
And
was
that
it
was
discuss that?
that was another thing that also made me feel comfortable, because before I even agreed to do the scenes, it was while we were still kind of talking the details out.
Mm-hmm.
He had asked me, what are my limits? What are things that I'm into? What are things that I'm not into? What are hard no's? Kind of things like that. And then also, before I would do the scene, um, Ken would have the male talent and I sit down and show each other our test results
Mm-hmm.
and also go over like, okay, what do you like? What do you not like? Um, and so that was also something that was really reassuring was that conversation was had for every scene.
Most definitely. So after you did that shoot, because you said you shot with multiple male talents,
Yeah.
um, and you did like you said 6 scenes, what have you. What did you learn from that? What did you take from that moving into doing your OnlyFans and doing your own content and now running your own business?
Um, I I thought I guess I had a really different idea of how porn was created, I guess. So I
Mm-hmm.
didn't think that OnlyFans could be the same kind of platform because when I started it, it was a relatively quick um, jump into doing porn because I was only on
Mm-hmm.
OnlyFans for a few months before I shot my first scene. And so I didn't even think OnlyFans was for porn. I thought it was just for
Mm-hmm.
like lingerie pictures and stuff. I was so my cluelessness has uh kind of been a good thing throughout this, but um I really saw how much people responded to like um I don't know, I guess the personality that comes out when you're with another person.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got a lot more people kind of interested in like who I am and like
Mhm.
you know, I guess that aspect of me because I don't think that really comes out doing solo stuff or just dancing. It's not as personal as
Mhm.
you fucking somebody, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Because to be honest with you, when anybody imagining, they're not imagining them by themselves. They're imagining them with a person. I don't even give a damn if you sitting playing with a dildo. You're imagining somebody fucking you with that dildo.
Yeah,
Or the guy
exactly.
jerking off, you imagine the girl giving them head, or so ultimately people girl.
Yeah, yeah. And for me personally, I don't particularly enjoy doing solo videos. I do them as customs and everything, and I mean
Yeah, cause I was
for
gonna ask you
me,
how you motivated doing it solo.
I'm honestly not that motivated to do solo stuff.
Because no, no, go ahead and talk. This is your interview. Go ahead and talk.
I mean, it's just kind of I feel like if I really want to like sit down and like masturbate and like really take care of myself, like it's not gonna be sexy. It's not gonna
Yeah.
be something that other people I think are gonna like want to sit and watch and be like, "Oh
Mhm,
wow."
mhm.
Yeah, I just feel like the chemistry that I have with another person creates such a better dynamic on screen than me by myself. Because naturally, I am super introverted and kind of shy and stuff, and so I think with solo videos and content that kind of comes out more. I'm a little bit more reserved.
Now, I think if I'm correct, you had moved on to another company that you had shot with. Am I correct?
Yes.
Plumper Pass, right?
Yes, so I shot a few
So
scenes for Plumper Pass too.
now, hold on, people. Let's see here. How long you been in the business?
Um, see, I shot for BBW in
So about
December.
less than a year, right?
Yes. Yeah.
People, she done made it to AVN status in less than a year. That shows you how bad chick she is. Now go ahead, continue. Tell us about the Plumper Pass shoot. How did that come about? How did they contact you and all that good stuff?
Well, see, so when I started an OnlyFans, I didn't even have a Twitter. I was only using Instagram to promote it. And so,
Mhm,
um, when I shot with Ken and BBW Highway, he's like, you gotta have a Twitter. You have to make a Twitter.
yeah.
And so now, after having a Twitter and then starting to upload all the stuff that I did in Vegas, I just had some people contacting me, and it was overwhelming because it was like, I don't even know who this person is, but they're asking to shoot with me. And so it was kind of crazy. So
Mhm,
Plumper Pass actually reached out to me through Twitter, and we
mhm,
ended up emailing, and they're based in Miami,
yeah.
and he has some people that he works with in LA. So he said, I want to set up a shoot in LA, and if everything goes well and it's a good fit, then we'll fly you out to Miami and we
Mhm.
can do that. And so back in April, I flew out to Miami for the first time, and that was so cool.
Miami nice, ain't it? Real nice.
Yeah, it was
It's
so,
got.
I was like, man.
Did you go down to South Beach? Did you go down to South Beach to the strip?
No,
You
no,
did.
I didn't get to. I was there for a super short time. I didn't get to do as much as I would like to.
Yeah, because like in the summertime when they do the car rollouts, oh my goodness, man, you be seeing
Oh,
every
that
time,
would be so cool.
man, it's off the chain. So, shooting with Plumper Pass, how did this is a two-part question. First, how did the BBW Highway shoot get you prepared for this shoot? Because this is on, to a certain
Yeah,
extent.
yeah, definitely.
And go ahead.
I was just gonna say like the the amount of production and like the amount of like because Plumper Pass does photo sets a little bit differently, and so it's it was kind of it was more work in a way.
Mhm,
But I think kind of like what I said about kind of being aware of your body and being aware of
mhm,
the camera and being aware of like the best view for the
mhm,
viewer. That really, I had that in my head when I went to Miami. So I took that with me. and then learned a little bit more about, you know, coming alive on camera during the still photo sets, because I think I have a tendency to kind of like, you know, get my resting bitch face going. But
Like, can you hurry up, please? Shit.
yeah, because I
Come
didn't
on.
think I guess I didn't realize how much work it was going to be, but it was like, damn, I'm
Yes.
tired.
Yes. Yes. Because I think a lot of people think that it's easy when we do it. And that's the biggest misconception they walk in, that it's just we fucking. No.
Yeah,
It's way
yeah.
more complicated than that. Because at you, what I was going to say is you have a certain sex appeal on camera, and you also know how to work the camera. And I see that you're comfortable in your body. How
Yeah.
much when you get in front of the camera, you a model that you feel very comfortable, which in turns translate to how we see it on camera.
Um, I guess for the most part, I would say I do feel pretty comfortable. Um, I think I think most of the time, my focus is I really focus a lot on the photographer who's doing the pictures, because I feel like I can kind of read the face. And so it really is, a lot of it is me kind of knowing how to do it, but I also really kind of ask for feedback from who's photographing me, because it's just like I want to be able to give them what they want, and I want the look that they want. And so it's also me applying kind of what's
Mm-hmm.
being told to me. But I think a lot of a confidence has to be there, like a base level confidence has to be there for you to apply that. But it's also just really fun too.
Yeah, because it's like it's funny when I look at your pictures. I think what makes you stand out is that you have the short blonde. I think
Yeah.
it's just something. It's striking, and it makes a person stop when they're going down the feed. When did you cut your hair?
So I cut my hair back in 2000, I want to say 16.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then so I had hair like down to my butt. And
Oh
then
God.
and then one day I was like, you know what? I wonder how I would feel if I just chopped all my hair off. I just had like a weird, I wonder if I'm really attached to my hair, if I can go chop it off. And so I just went in and chopped it all off and was like, nope, I guess I'm okay with it. Yeah, it's just like a wild hair up my ass, I think.
So I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably tell you that's one of the things they like about you, just that shortcut. It gives you a sex appeal look that like is striking and stands out and stuff.
Yeah.
And which brings me to this. How important is it for you to portray yourself as a sex symbol in this business? Now, what I mean by sex symbol is not in a negative connotation. We're talking about Marilyn Monroe. We're talking about Beyonce, because I see you take care of your appearance and you make it a point to look your best in any shoot, even your selfies. Okay, now go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's really important, because if you're not feeling good about yourself, I don't think you're going to feel good about your work. And if you're not feeling good about your work, I think people can really sense that on camera. Um, and I think it also just it kind of does, even just for me, not even about the work or how people perceive it, just for me, it makes me feel good to say to myself like, yeah, you're sexy, like, um, but yeah, I think it's really important.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Now I'm gonna
And
transition.
especially,
No, no, go ahead,
oh,
finish. Go ahead, finish.
I
I'm sorry.
just
Go ahead,
wanted to
finish.
add real quick,
Go
especially
ahead.
when it comes to kind of having the bravery to like step out and try to work with bigger companies and work with more people, is like, if you have that confidence, it's gonna pay off really.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. And you shot with Plumper Pass multiple times. So that speaks volumes.
Yeah.
I
Luckily
mean,
I
I know
love
it feel
them.
good, but did you know how big of a company Plumper Pass was before you shot with them?
No, not at all. Not at all.
See a lot.
When they reached
Yeah,
out
yeah,
to
yeah.
me and
Because
then
no, no, go ahead. Tell me
yeah,
about to
when they reached out to me and then I looked at their Twitter, I was like, "Holy shit."
say. Yeah,
It was
see now
crazy.
for the possibility of winning the BBW of the year for the AVN.
Oh, really?
Yes, he's
Oh,
AVN
wow. I
certified.
didn't.
Baby. Fans love you enough. Yeah, you might could be a winner. We manifesting here. We manifest on this show, so we manifesting that she will
Wow.
win the BBW of the year for the AVN coming up. Because I'm
I
pretty
would
sure you're
love
gonna do
that.
some more shit with that. Yeah. So now like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna talk. We're gonna talk about the business, the
Okay.
crooks of it. All right. Now, having OnlyFans. All right. Now, with OnlyFans, um, there's a lot of things that the people don't talk about because we see when ladies put the percentages up there, like what percentage they are.
Yeah.
But people that in business understand that the business fluctuates, the money fluctuates. Please speak to that. When it comes to like some months is good, some months it ain't. It ain't what everyone thinks.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's like not only are you depending on other people to be able to like pay a subscription for you monthly, but you're also depending on them to have the extra money to like if you do say if you're doing like videos through DMs where you charge and kind of things like that, it's I mean it's bound to fluctuate because nobody, especially right now, I mean everything's kind of recovering, but especially in the last year or so, it's just been so up and down. And then you combine that with your own work ethic. And I mean, there could be a month where you don't put in the effort and you're not consistent and you come out with like $40. And then there
Mm-hmm.
could be another month where you decide to like get your shit together and be consistent and then you
Mm-hmm.
350 pay out, you know what I mean? It's all over the
Yeah,
place and it's really all about consistency.
yeah. Because like with you with your shooting scheduling, because you being in California, what have you, do you find it easy? Do you find male times to work with? And the other caveat of this is how what should a male talent bring to the table in order for you to consider doing content trade with it?
Um, it's kind of either or. I mean, if there's a person that I feel like, yeah, I would really like to work with this person, I'll reach out. A lot of the times people reach out to me, and because I'm still new, some people are reaching out and I don't really know who they are, and I feel kind of bad.
Hello, hello. See, sometimes the thing dropped, so I just hit you back with another one. So
Oh,
continue what
okay.
you were saying.
I was afraid I hung up or something.
I couldn't hear you, so I went ahead and punched you out. We back. So what
Uh,
you were saying about male talents reaching out to you?
yeah, it's either or. I get reached out to a lot. I mean, I feel like it's probably more male talent reaching out to me than I am reaching out to them simply because I don't know a lot of people in the
Mm-hmm.
industry, so I'm not just gonna blindly like, hey, you want to shoot, you want to shoot, you want to shoot kind of thing. But when a male talent does approach me, I'm really all about first impressions, and if a person emails me or messages me and they're kind of like not giving me a lot of information and I don't know, there's just a vibe that I'll get. But a good greeting to start off with is something that really can just go miles for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the reason why, because a lot of guys to the business, and I ask this of ladies so guys can understand you have to step to these ladies professionally because this is a business. At the end of the day, this is not dating.
Yeah,
Um,
most definitely. Like we're not here to just fuck you. That's not that's like a percentage of what this is all. encompassing, you know what I mean?
Most definitely. So with OnlyFans, what's some of the functions that you use within the OnlyFans to make money?
I'm sorry?
Now I said, what's some of the functions that you use in OnlyFans to make money? Like, of
Oh,
course, the live, the, you get.
yeah, yeah. So I like to do I don't do a whole lot of lives, 'cause it's really kind of iffy. Um, how many people will show up, and sometimes it just ends up being a little bit awkward and a bust. And so I will kind of I'll do polls sometimes just to see if
Mhm,
anybody's interested. And then on lives, sometimes they're kind of fun and you'll get like a good group of people, and you can get some good tips that way. And other ways is I like to advertise customs. Um, so I'll use the poll feature and kind of like poll like what kind of custom videos are you into? What kind of fetishes are you into? So I actually use the poll feature a lot because if you get an
mhm,
idea of what your followers like and kind of what fetishes they're into, then you can kind of advertise a little more accordingly.
yes,
And then I do charge do like DM videos like um that are more expensive. So I do that too.
so basically, you make it a point to interact with your fans a lot.
Yeah, I
And do
think
you
that's really
think,
important.
do you think you benefit a lot from that?
Uh, you know, I feel like I do in the way of like I have people who have been subscribing to me like since the beginning. And I
Hmm.
think that's because of the time I take to kind of like, and I really do care. I think it's like it's a really cool thing when people are paying because they're attracted to you. And I know it may be superficial and surface level and whatever, but I still think it's cool that they're like giving you money. And so I want to respect that and let them
Hmm.
know that I appreciate it. And I think that goes a long way for people.
Hmm. Yeah, because truth be told, personality goes a long way.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Personality goes a long way in this business. So, do you have other platforms that you have your stuff on?
I'm really like right in the middle of I got everything set up. I just need to upload content now. So
Hmm.
I'm going to have a many vids page, um, X videos,
Hmm.
and I'll have Pornhub. I'll have a Pornhub page.
Yes. Oh, and get X videos.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, I have X videos too. So
yes.
X videos, many vids, and Pornhub.
Most definitely.
Um,
So,
I have
explain to
all
the
those
people.
set up. Yeah.
Yeah. So, speak to the people why you are currently putting your stuff on different platforms and the importance of it.
Well, I think it's really there for well for one, there's so many competitors on OnlyFans. I mean, it's flooded.
Hmm.
Um and so it's really kind of hard to stand out on OnlyFans. And I think I've had a lot of people message me lately. A few of my followers, I'm like, when they go to do the rebill, their
Hmm.
bank blocks it and gives them an issue with their bank and their cards and stuff. So that's another reason I've had like fans telling me, oh, this is happening with this. I don't think I'm going to subscribe again. And I'm like, dang it, I don't have my stuff anywhere else. And so I think really it's one so that I can maybe be seen more and get my name out there more than I would just on OnlyFans. And then two is that OnlyFans has had a lot of complications in the last few months. And I think to avoid any kind of like rift between me and my fans, because it's like I can't really do anything about it because the customer service for OnlyFans is not that great. So
Hmm.
it's just kind of like I would like to have something else that if OnlyFans is being dumb, could say like, oh, well, I have stuff on this. You can subscribe to these places. And ultimately just to get my stuff out there more.
Now it's interesting. Because see, I'm gonna tell fans, I'm about to show you some real shit here. Now she been in this less than a year, and she's thinking like a business CEO. When did it click? When did that click? When did that click in your head to start that mentality start to click to think? And in a
Ah,
CEO business owner capacity versus I'm just doing it to make a little bit of money.
yeah, it was probably after my first scene with Plumper Pass.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of thought like, wow, this can kind of be the real deal kind of thing. And at that point, I was still kind of teetering on the edge because I was also going to school at the time. And so I was like, man, I don't know if I want to go fully square or if I want to really invest some time into this and see what I could do because I had a gut feeling telling me like you could do more with this. You could really run with this. And then after talking to some people, I was just kind of like, you know what, I'm gonna branch out of OnlyFans, especially people who I had talked to in the porn industry. A lot of them told me like, yeah, you're gonna want to branch out from there, and they were saying that they don't even make a good percentage of their money from OnlyFans. So I was like, man, if I really want to go into that route and be a porn star, I can't be an OnlyFans girl.
Yeah, because to be honest with you, what people don't realize is that each platform creates its own traffic. And there's some people that don't go to OnlyFans. Truth be told, OnlyFans kind of limits you from getting just a casual porn fan that want to surf because you can't surf OnlyFans like that or what
Yeah,
have you.
that's true.
You
That's
know,
very true.
and two, also with these other sites, you the option where you can see a preview, whether it's just a picture or what have you. Because sometimes people want to see what they're getting. To be honest with you, OnlyFans don't give you that option unless you do it manually yourself on Twitter. Period.
Yeah.
Because people don't realize
Yeah.
editing is a pain in the ass of making trailers. Whether I don't care if they
Oh
shorts or what.
man.
So do you do
Yeah,
your own?
like the um yeah, so for a little while I was. Now I'm getting some help. Now that
Good.
I'm like trying to step up my game, now I'm getting some
Mm-hmm.
help with editing and like getting a logo made and everything. So um it's kind of weird that it's like it feels like it's really happening and
Mm-hmm. Okay. Editing.
yeah, now I'm getting some help with editing and like getting a logo made and I mean I have edited my videos before, but I have very like rudimentary tools and and only a basic understanding of Photoshop and stuff. So I mean, what I did could suffice, but if I could have it better, then I'm gonna try to make it look better, you know.
Oh yeah. Because to me, I think with you that you it quickly took the business seriously and you understood to take it seriously. Um, because also I see that you also listened and also absorbed knowledge from some of the people that you worked around. How important was mentoring to you to help you evolve in the game so fast?
Oh, it's been huge. And like the amount of knowledge that I got from Ken and from everybody who he works with,
Mm-hmm.
and then from Plumper Pass as well, and working with people through Plumper Pass, it's just been you know, as a complete newbie, having absolutely zero direction, it's been nice to have like a group of people who even now I could message and ask for advice and they would, you know, they would help me. So it's been
Mm-hmm.
like having a network of people that you can ask questions and that you can kind of look for some direction has been huge because I definitely wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now if I didn't have that. I would be way too scared because I would feel like I was so in over my head, you know.
Mhm. So I see you willing to travel. How much travel play an important part in what you're doing?
So
And
that's
the
that's
ability to travel. That's the other key. The ability to travel.
yeah, so that's been another huge thing is I've been learning, you know, that shoot houses are a big thing now.
Yeah.
And so that's also why I'd like to have more platforms and have more avenues of income, is because I think these shoot houses are such cool ideas. But it's like, as a starting out, it's like you have to have the capital to be able to do that. And it's like I want
Mhm.
to be able to have a nice little uh, pocket of comfort when it comes to my
Yeah.
finances before I start doing that. And so this is kind of like my doing that.
Mhm.
Luckily, I live an hour and a half from LA.
Mhm.
And so a lot of people, you know, travel to LA to shoot. So luckily, not being where I want to be to travel to shoot houses and stuff is
Mhm.
okay because I can still get to LA relatively quickly.
Mhm.
But yeah, that
So
is
far,
definitely a goal that I'm aspiring, is that, you
okay.
know, I would love to be able to, like, oh, a shoot house in Miami that month, like I'm booked, I'm going.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I see you can get a lot of content in things as well as variety of
Yeah,
content.
yeah. And
Yeah.
networking and you know, and if I ever wanted to expand further in the business and do like my own production or something, it's just the more that you're around it and the more that you learn it,
Mhm.
the more creative you can be with your own things too.
True, true. Speaking about creativity, I'm glad you did a segue with that. How do you come up with the scenes that you do for your content? Because I see you try to keep variety, you try to spice it up, give different things. Where you get your inspiration from, and how you come up with your different, type content and scenes.
Yeah, so oh, like one thing I do, like I said, is use the poll feature. So I like to
Mhm.
speak um, and message with people and see like so sometimes somebody will buy a scene from me and they'll say, "Oh, I love that," and I'll kind of write back and say, "What did you love about it?" and kind of pick their brain about it. So
Mhm.
I really ask for feedback from people and use that. But then I also kind of just go with what's also fun for me, because if it's not fun for me and if it's not something that I'm down with, then it's not gonna be nearly as good. And so
Mhm.
I just think like fan and customer feedback is huge in
Mhm.
this business.
Yeah, 'cause I'm sitting here looking at the trailers now, I guess, with Justice LV4. And you're really going to town on this
Yeah.
ball. You're really going to
Yeah.
town on this ball. I have to give you your props on this stuff. It's it's like I tell people, it's an art in being in front of the camera. And what's the one thing you learned or skill that you developed that you didn't have for being in front?
Oh, a skill that I've developed
Yeah.
being in front of the camera. Um, oh man. I feel like maybe facial expressions while I'm giving head. Um, because so before I did a porn shoot or anything, I did do Chatterbait, which is like a chat room, you know, um like a cam show. And so on that, I did use content from that on my OnlyFans, and there was a part where I was sucking the guy's dick, and I was watching
Mhm.
it later while I was editing it, and I was like, wow, I mean, it's good dick sucking, but my face doesn't look the best. Like, you know, my face could be better. And so I was kind of like learning to relax my face, and then after a while, I got too into it. I was too worried about what I was looking like, and
Mhm.
then kind of realized like, you know what, I'm just gonna have to go with it. I'm gonna have to do me. And because I learned that if I was too in my head about it, then when I'm on camera, I don't perform as well. I'm not in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not with my partner. I'm not, you know, my mind is somewhere else. And so I kind of learned to just kind of let go a little bit, um, to the control of everything.
That's deep. That's deep. So
Yeah.
we we being in the business, we run the misconceptions in our personal life as well as with our fans. What's some of the misconceptions that you ran into?
That I want to fuck everybody that I come across. Um, yeah. That I've also got a lot of messages about what it's like to be an escort. So a lot of guys mainly assume that because I do porn that I'm also an escort,
Mm,
which is not true.
yeah. So you don't
So
do meetups,
no,
right?
no.
Okay.
Uh,
Mhm.
so yeah, so that's a big misconception. Another misconception, I guess, is um that I'm like super bubbly and outgoing, which
Mhm.
uh I don't know. I guess my personality may come off bigger on screen, or I don't know. I don't know what it
Mhm.
is, but people usually assume me to be like different than I am, and then they meet me in person and they're like, "Wow, you're really quiet and you're really shy."
So
Um,
what's the difference between on set, on camera, off camera?
I think when I'm on camera, I think, and I think this is what makes me so good at um porn and having this relationship with another person while you're on camera, is that everything else for me kind of fades away. Um, I mean, like, while I'm still conscious of the camera and everything, like, I really, really care about my partner's pleasure, and I really kind of honor that time. And I think that when you put the care into that, that it really shows. But yeah, I just really genuinely care about my partner feeling good, and it then
Mhm.
that makes it fun.
Mhm. So, in your personal life, I'm not trying to get too deep your personal life or what have you. Um, I don't know if you're single, you're married, or what have you. I mean,
Oh no,
but
I'm single.
okay then. So, have you found it hard to date because you do this?
Yeah. Yeah, mostly because it's like I wouldn't want to date a guy and not tell him about it. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
would be really upfront about what I do, and I honestly, because I also go to school, and
Mm-hmm.
um, you know, on top of doing content and trying to branch out and stuff. And so I just kind of don't have the time to deal with everything that's gonna come along with that.
uh,
And even having like fuck buddies is kind of, you know, because I still would be upfront with them about what I do. Because if I was with
mm-hmm.
somebody and I was having sex with somebody, I would
Mm-hmm.
want to know if they were in porn and that
Yeah.
kind of thing. And so that's just a conversation I haven't wanted to have with a potential fuck buddy, because then I
Mm-hmm.
feel like they're gonna be like, oh well, let's film it, or you know. And I think that there should be
Mm-hmm.
some times where like you have a sexual relationship that's not
That's
um
normal. That's normal.
yeah, yeah,
That's
exactly. There's got to
normal.
be some balance. Yeah.
It might be freaky as hell. It might be swingy. It might be whatever, but it's normal. Not
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Because a lot of people think that porn stars can't maintain a job, they can't be married or have kids or what have you. And that's one of the things why I do with this podcast, to also let people know, no fucker, we get married, we have 9 to 5s. Not everybody do
Yeah.
porn get fired by their boss, period.
Yeah.
And to be
Yeah.
honest with you, if you're doing this, you kind of want to end up wanting to be your own boss after it's all said and done. Ain't that the whole purpose of why we doing this?
Exactly. Yeah.
Being
I have
independent.
been I've been a little bit afraid. It was like actually one time this guy that I used to hook up with before I did porn, after I think it was after my first scene with Plumper Pass came out, he hit me up on Snapchat and he's like,
Yeah.
I think I just found your porn. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, yes, that's very interesting when somebody that you know or you used to fuck with, like, hey, I seen you on X videos, so I seen you on Pornhub. Or it's
Yeah,
kind of
and
like, yeah.
it was so crazy. I got in June, I got recognized. I had to go to Georgia because my brother was
Mm-hmm,
graduating from the army. And so
mm-hmm,
I flew out there with my mom and we're at the airport in Atlanta
mm-hmm.
and these two guys come walking up to me and I was like, "Oh no. Oh no, I hope they don't recognize me. Like what if they recognize me?" Because they were staring at me. And
Mm-hmm.
so they come up to me, and my mom is standing right there, and they're like, "Are you Leila Jane?" And I was like, "Oh no." And
Yes,
my mom just
just
looks at me. I'm like, "Oh gosh."
babe, I'm just gonna let you know. Majority of your fan base is probably military. I'm just letting you know. They love big boobies and they love women with fat asses and big titties.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
And
I
you have both.
definitely noticed that
And,
when I was at the base.
yeah, cause they probably like, yeah, I seen her, bruh. You see how she licked them balls, man. I'm telling
Uh,
you, I'm gonna get to
it's
know her
funny.
brother. So I can go up. he became very popular after you left. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now, he became very popular.
I was so nervous that somebody was gonna tell him or somebody was gonna, I was like, oh
Mhm.
no.
Yeah, because I tell people you have to have the mentality when you get in this, fuck it. Because the possibility they're gonna find out.
Oh
And
yeah.
at that point it's either do I give a shit and continue to make this fucking money and I ain't gotta worry about going to a 9 to 5 or appease these people who, well, they're gonna love me regardless or hate me. It's about my happiness.
Yeah, exactly. And that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, most
And I
definitely.
mean, it would be embarrassing and whatever, and we would all get over it eventually, but it's it's ultimately about what I want to do with my life, and that's pretty much it.
Definitely. So moving forward, where you plan to take this and branding?
So that's still something I'm kind of trying to game plan. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm in school right now for massage therapy, and I think it would
Fellas, you
be
heard
really,
that. She can
yeah,
give you a professional massage, and if you're
I need,
nice, she might get the happy ending.
right? I'll be a pro in both. Um, but
She's a pro in two
so
sports, ladies and gentlemen. She's a two
uh,
star. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
um yeah, so there's a lot of content creators doing like mini series or they have like a theme of the content they create, and I think it would be really cool. And this is just me kind of like, you know, trial this I haven't even really applied this yet. It's just an idea I have, is
Mm-hmm.
to do like a series where guys come to see me about, a hamstring issue or something else, and then I help them relieve their pain another way. But I could be, that could be like one of my niche little places, is that I can actually do real massage therapy, but then actually really get you off too.
And it gets, and see, there's nothing wrong with having a niche because it makes you stand out more.
Yeah.
Um, and makes more sense because the whole point of it is the more that you stand out, the more they're gonna remember you, the more you're gonna gain fans, the more you're gonna make money in the long run.
Yeah. And massage therapy is something that I like genuinely really enjoy. And
And most men
when
fantasize,
you,
most
huh?
men fantasize about, and most men fantasize
Y-
about. Keep it honest.
yeah. And so it's kind of like, um, you know, for me too, it's a very intimate thing. And so if you can, I think for me, that's a big thing for the scenes that I do is intimacy. I love fostering intimacy because that's eventually how I will be most comfortable, is if there's a level of intimacy. And I think that through massage, you can kind of like both parties can let their guard down a little bit, and then there's so much potential there. I know it may be a little bit of a cliche thing, but I think when it's done right and when it's done like with the right intentions, it can come out
Mhm.
as something really great. And so I think that's something I'd really like to do.
Most definitely. So, Miss Lady, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter, on OnlyFans, and look out for me on Pornhub, ManyVids, and X videos, The Real Leila Jane.
Most definitely. And I want you to come back to be a smoke buddy so we can
Oh, I
talk
would love that.
talk of some topic and really
I
chop it
would
up.
very much love that.
And yes, people, I'll be bringing her back on Green Room. I'm gonna keep saying this on Green Room. You can hear
Ooh.
the episode, and I might even convince her to come back for a Q&A one day. But me and her discuss that one day. We'll discuss that one day. But most definitely, thank you for coming, Miss Lady.
Oh,
Most
thank
definitely.
you so much for having me on. I really enjoyed this.
All right. Before you hang up, I gotta do my particulars real quick. You don't mind?
For sure.
Life is a learning experience. What's the point of experience? Didn't learn anything. Smoke that over. Thank you for coming to the lounge, baby.
Thank you so much.